The latest news, updates, and more from the world of health and medicine. This is Medical Minutes with Wish TV's medical reporter, Dr. Mary Gillis.
From Wish TV, I'm medical reporter Dr. Mary Gillis, and this is Medical Minutes on the All Indiana Podcast Network. While some kids may tolerate shots just fine, others will be anxious and fearful. So what can parents do to ease this fear and anxiety? In this episode, I speak with Jenna Yarnell, certified child life specialist at IU Health. Yarnell provides 4 key tips to prepare your child for vaccination. She also explains why it's all about transparency. Our conversation is next. My first question I want to start out with, how do you explain if a child, this is also going to be age-specific language too. We have 5 to 11 right now. That is the current rollout. Someone who is young that doesn't maybe understand why they are getting a shot, a vaccine. So let's say 5, 6-year-old. How does a parent or caretaker explain, this is where we're going to go, this is why it's happening, without sort of, kids are perceptive, I think, more than we know. We're very in tune more than we know. But, let's say that's first question.
Absolutely. So I think when you're working with a kiddo who's young, that kindergarten, first grade, second grade age range, so 5, 6, 7 years old, you want to be really as factual as you can be with them. So really clear guidance and really clear steps of what's going to happen. That's how kids in that age group understand the world. So you want to be really honest with them. So saying things like, okay, today, you're going to tell them your plans for the day. So you're going to say, today you're going to get a shot. Most kids call it a shot. So that is language that they understand. It's also okay to say vaccine, but a lot of kids understand shot. And just saying, so the reason you're going to get that is because you might know there's these big germs that everyone around you has probably been talking about. And we've been wearing masks to protect us from these big germs for a while. And maybe you've been wearing your mask to school, or maybe you've been wearing your mask to your activities. And so that's one way to protect us from those big germs. But another way that we can protect ourselves and everybody else is to get the special shot for those big germs. So there's lots of really, really special scientists and doctors who have made this vaccine, this shot, and it's a special kind of medicine. And it's going to teach your body how to fight those big germs. And so when you get a vaccine, it makes lots of things in your body start working and understand what those big germs might do. And then it can help your body stay really safe and protected from those big germs.
Oh my gosh, I'm not scared to get my booster. That's great. I love that. Oh gosh, what a great, and being transparent, but age appropriate language. There was nothing in there that was parents sometimes when they don't know what to say, they don't say anything. And this kid could be so confused, and that could,
exactly.
I'm not a child specialist by any means, but I'm thinking that could elicit some nervousness as well, kind of.
Absolutely.
Keep them in the dark.
And I think sometimes as parents, I'm a parent myself, we want to protect our kids at all costs. And sometimes parents think, well, if I just don't tell them, then they won't be scared and nervous. And then we'll just tell them right when we get there. And for some kids, that might be okay. But for some kids, they really need to know what's going to happen. And so a lot of times, especially in this 5 to 11 age group, this age group that we just got approved to get these vaccines, they really like to know what's going to happen. They're really information seeking. And so preparing them for that and for why is really, really important.
Okay, so let's go to, we're at whatever site that the child is going to get the vaccine. There's probably a variety of things going on. Kids might be excited, other kids might be nervous. How does a parent manage the surroundings while they are at the clinic or doctor?
Absolutely. So a big thing is that, again, preparing your kiddo. So maybe as you're walking into wherever you may be going to get the vaccine, saying, okay, there's probably going to be a lot of people in here. And we haven't been around a lot of people for a little while. So that's okay. we're going to a place that's going to be safe, because some kids might be nervous about being around a lot of people if they haven't been. So that's going to be really important. The other thing is going to be, you might hear kids that are really excited and talking about how excited they are to get the shot. Some kids might be crying because they're a little bit nervous. And so that's okay, because they have their grown-ups there with them to help them. And I'm here to help you. So as that child's caregiver, as they're grown up, I always like to say they're grown up. Your job is to protect them, and they know that. And so making sure that they know all of those kids have their own grown up there to protect them and keep them safe. Because a lot of times kids worry if they see other children who are worried. So reminding them that there are lots of people there to help keep them safe will be really important. And just preparing them for lots of emotions from other kids in that setting.
Right. Again, that preparation as sort of we're going through the steps to get there. Okay, so we're in the room. We're with our doctor or our nurse or who's ever, pharmacist who's administering the shot. What do we? Is this going to hurt a little bit? Like, I mean, I'm going to put a Band-Aid on. I mean, what would we say?
Absolutely. So I think, once you get into that room or to that table where you're going to get that vaccine, depending on the setting that you're getting your vaccine or that your child's getting their vaccine, you want to give your child choices if you can. Ask them, do you want to sit on my lap when you get your shot? Do you want to hold my hand when you get your shot? Those are choices that give them some control in the situation, because they don't have a lot of control. Their grown-up has made the decision that they're going to get this vaccine. And so then it becomes, what control can we give them? So giving them those choices, also giving them a choice. Do you want to get your shot in your left arm or your right arm? A lot of times kids feel really empowered when we give them little choices. They seem little to us as adults, but for children, that is a big deal. And then also as the grown-up in the room, making sure you tell that provider, if it's a nurse or a physician, hey, they really want to get the shot in their right arm today, or they really want to sit on my lap for this. So being your child's voice if your child can't quite be their own voice, if they're a little bit nervous. So those are choices you can give them to help prepare them, and then, or to give them some control and some power. But then you can also say, maybe your child has a favorite song, or a favorite toy. I would encourage bringing that with you, a special stuffed animal, a special blanket, so they can hold on to that. That gives them comfort. Or, if it's a special song, maybe you sing the song with them, or for your a little bit older kids, if we're talking more of that 8 to 11 age group, a favorite song they like to listen to on the radio, maybe if you have that on your phone or an iPad or something that they could listen to distract them a little bit and also bring them comfort, because that's something normal to them. So I would encourage that type of thing too, something that's normal and comforting for your child to help get them through the process. And then also being honest that it is going to hurt a little bit, that shot. Most of these children will have gotten some other type of shot before. So they might remember they may have recently gotten a flu shot. And so saying it's going to feel a lot like that. It'll be pretty quick, but it will hurt a little bit. And that's okay, because when we're done, you're going to get a Band-Aid and it'll be done. And so kind of getting them through that step of the process that way. And then also one other thing, asking them if they want that provider to count before they give them the shot. Do you want them to count to 3 or 5 before they do the shot, or do you want them to just do it? That's another choice you can give that doesn't really delay the process, but gives them a little bit of choice in how they get that shot.
Right. I mean, right. Gives them some sort of control over something that, it's a parent's choice, but these sort of little choices are a big deal in terms of this. So interesting. Well, just speaking of music, I'm going on a tangent just for a second, but I remember I was getting like a tooth pulled and I was like so frightened at the dentist, and they're like, you want to listen to music? I was like, yes, so I put my headphones in. So anyway, same thing. It happens every day with everybody.
Yeah,
but that's
absolutely
so great. I love this. Okay, so let's say we're walking out of the office, and without speaking directly to the side effects, but as you had mentioned, something might. I was reading about the side effects today from the CDC that came out. you might feel a little tired, or you might feel this way, or so, but maybe not. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of like the unknown. So, I mean, can you speak to that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So something good to tell your child is that, we talked about earlier how this shot is going to help teach your body how to protect you from the big germs. And so when your body is learning how to do that, it might feel a little bit tired, or sometimes it might make parts of your body feel a little bit sore. Maybe your head might hurt a little bit, or maybe your body might just feel a little bit heavy or a little bit sore because your body's working really hard to learn how to fight the big germs. So it's okay, and that's going to happen to lots of kids, and that's okay because that's what is supposed to happen. So making sure that your child knows that it's normal if they feel a little bit tired after their shot, or maybe that arm that they got that shot in, maybe it might be a little bit sore. And so just making sure they know that that's normal, because sometimes kids have really magical thinking. And if something hurts or if something feels different that they've never felt before, their brains are so creative that they might think something's really, really wrong. And that they're the only one this is happening to. And so making sure that they know that it's going to happen to a lot of kids, that they might feel tired or they might be sore. But also it's okay if they don't, because everybody's body is different and everybody's body learns how to fight the germs a little bit differently.
I love this. This is so great. I mean, any other sort of parts of the process that, is this like, okay, you feel better, we're good. I mean, or what is the sort of the last step of you would say before we sort of wrap up this vaccination process?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's going to be important for kids to know that they do have to get 2 shots. And that's a little bit confusing because a lot of times kids know they get 1 flu shot, or they get their shot before they go to kindergarten or before they go to middle school. So a lot of times they just get 1 shot and it's done for quite some time. And so this is a little bit different because they're going to get 1 shot and then they're going to get another one in about 3 weeks. And so making sure they know that they do have to get another one, and that you'll tell them when that's going to be, and they have a little bit of time. But also to help them understand that these germs are really big and these germs are strong. And so you get 2 shots because we want your body to be really strong. And we have to really make sure your body learns how to fight those big germs and protect you from those big germs. So that's why you'll get 2 shots this time. So kind of that type of language. So that same type of language that you're using to prepare them for that first one, to help them understand that why they'll need to get another one. That same kind of thing will be really helpful, I think. And then the only other thing we haven't hit on is that a lot of the grownups who are working at the place that you go to get your shot might be really, really excited for you to get your shot, even though you might be a little bit nervous. And so talking to your kids about how excited grownups are, because grownups have been able to get shots to help their bodies fight these big germs for a while. And this is the first time kids have been able to get it. And so that's really exciting for grownups, because grownups want their kids and the kids in their families and their kids' friends to be able to fight the big germs too. And so if the grownups are really excited, that's why. And so it's really exciting, and it's okay for you to be excited too, but it's also okay for you to be a little bit nervous.
Wow, I never thought of it that way. Right. I mean, different people administering the shots probably do have different sort of course, personalities or the way in which they're excited. Yeah, that can be a little alarming for kids. So preparing them for that's really interesting. This was such a great conversation, and it's going to help a lot of parents. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Absolutely, not a problem.
This has been Medical Minutes from Wish TV. I'm medical reporter Dr. Mary Gillis. Be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast and check out new updates every week. You can also learn more at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook.
Learn more and get more with Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com, and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.